We hear all the time about how AI is getting smarter and smarter. But is it getting more trustworthy? Today, we're going to dig into that. We're going beyond just raw intelligence to figure out how we can actually design AI to be a safe, transparent, and genuinely reliable partner in our work.
So let's just get right to the heart of it. Here's a question for you. Would you, right now, trust an AI with your company's most critical data? I'm talking your CRM, your financials, all your private customer communications. I bet for most of you there's a little bit of a pause, right? A moment of hesitation. In this explainer, we're going to unpack exactly where that hesitation comes from and, more importantly, how we can solve it.
And look, that hesitation, it all comes down to this fundamental tension. On one side, you've got this idea of AI as an opaque black box. Its behavior feels unpredictable, its reasoning is hidden, and that just leads to low confidence. But on the other side is the goal, a transparent partner, an AI with clear capabilities and verifiable sources that earns our trust. The whole game is about making that journey from a mystery to a real partnership.
And that brings us to maybe the single most important idea we're going to talk about today. Trust isn't some magical thing that just appears out of nowhere. It's not an accident. It is the direct result of intentional, thoughtful design choices. We can, and we absolutely must, engineer these systems in a way that earns our confidence from the ground up.
So how do we actually do that? How do we design for trust? Well, it turns out we can break it all down into 3 core pillars. First, we design for clarity, so you always know what the AI is up to. Second, we design for control, so that you are always in charge. And third, we design for partnership, so the AI actually learns and gets better with your help. Let's dive into that first one.
All right, our first pillar, clarity, is all about cracking open that black box. Because you simply can't trust what you don't understand, right? It's the absolute foundation for everything else. And one of the most powerful tools for creating clarity is something called an agent role contract. Now, think of it like, literally, a job description for your AI. It's an explicit agreement right there on the screen that spells out exactly what the agent can do, what it can't do, and, this is the crucial part, what it will not do without your direct permission.
And what's so great about this is how super concrete it is. This is not some fluffy, vague mission statement. It's a hard set of rules. I can update leads, I can't delete records, and the big one, I will not send emails without your approval. That kind of clarity instantly builds confidence because it sets crystal clear boundaries.
Clarity also means understanding just how much autonomy the AI has. And that's where these delegation modes are so essential. They create this clear, step-by-step progression of trust. Advisor mode, it only gives you suggestions. Copilot mode will draft actions, but it needs your sign-off. And only autopilot mode will act on its own. And even then, only within strict, predefined guardrails. The key is you, the user, are always in control of which mode you're comfortable with.
And this is a perfect illustration of how those modes work in the real world. Imagine you're triaging a support inbox. In advisor mode, the AI might just suggest some tags for an email. In Copilot mode, it queues up a bunch of draft replies for you to approve all at once. And in Autopilot, it handles the simple, no-brainer stuff like password resets, freeing you up for the harder problems. It's like a ladder of trust that you get to climb at your own pace.
Okay, so once we have clarity, that naturally leads us to our second pillar, control. Because for a user to really truly trust an AI, they have to feel like they're in the driver's seat. It's all about empowering them, giving them the final say, especially when the stakes are high. And you know, the ultimate form of control is the kill switch. This quote just says it all. It's a psychological and practical safety net. Just knowing you have a big red button you can press to pause or stop everything gives you this huge sense of security. It completely eliminates that fear of a runaway agent going rogue.
But hey, control isn't just about having an emergency brake. It's about building smart checkpoints or guardrails into the system. For any really high-stakes action, we're talking financial transactions, sending an email to a customer, deploying code, the system should demand a human in the loop. These kinds of things should simply never be fully automated without a person giving the final okay.
A really simple but incredibly powerful way to do this is with what's called a plan then execute workflow. So instead of the AI just jumping in and doing a task, it first presents you with a clear step-by-step plan. This gives you a critical moment to review its approach, maybe make a few changes, and then give it the green light before a single thing actually happens.
So check this out. Here's a simple plan for, say, optimizing a marketing campaign. Look how logical it is. First, it analyzes,
Then it proposes tests, then it drafts new copy, and, crucially, look at that last step, await final approval. You can see the AI's entire thought process, and you have a clear checkpoint at the end. That is what practical control really looks like.
So, we've got clarity and we've got control. Now we can build our final pillar, partnership. This is where we really move beyond seeing AI as just a tool and start thinking of it as a collaborator. Because the deepest kind of trust isn't a one-time thing. It's a relationship that grows and gets better over time.
A huge part of any good partnership is being able to verify what the other person is saying, right? So take a look at this AI-generated insight. See those little numbers in the brackets? Those are called source anchors. They're direct links that connect every single claim the AI makes right back to the original data or the document it came from.
And that is the whole point. Source anchors are our single best defense against AI making things up, what we call hallucinations. By letting you just click and see the proof for yourself, the AI goes from being some mysterious oracle to a transparent research assistant. It's not just making claims anymore, it's showing you its work.
But you know, a real partnership goes both ways. It's not just the AI working for you, it's you helping the AI get better. That's the whole idea behind Teach Me interfaces. So when you correct an AI's mistake, say you fix a piece of data, the system doesn't just make the one-time fix. It asks you, hey, do you want to make this a permanent rule? It lets you actively teach the AI so it gets smarter over time.
And the payoff for this kind of partnership is huge. Just look at this. The more a user teaches the system, the more accurate it gets. And there's a psychological component here too. We inherently trust systems that we've helped to build and improve ourselves. It's no longer just the AI's logic, it becomes our logic, baked right into the system.
So when you put all these pieces together, the clarity, the control, and the partnership, something really cool happens. Your whole perspective shifts. You're no longer just designing a tool. You're designing a trustworthy new kind of teammate.
So, to bring it all home, just remember these three simple but incredibly powerful pillars. Design for clarity, so the rules are always clear. Design for control, so you are always in command. And design for partnership, so the system gets better with every single interaction. This, right here, is the blueprint for building trust in AI.
And that brings us right back to where we started, but now, hopefully, with a totally new way of looking at it. The ultimate goal here isn't just to build smarter AI. It's to build a trustworthy partnership between humans and machines. The principles are clear. The patterns are out there. So the only real question left is, are we ready to build it?